Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully well. Hi Amy. I hope that StreamYard is working a little bit better now. I was having some trouble with it earlier. I don't think it was anything that you guys could see, but it was affecting things on my side. So I went ahead and signed off early last live stream, but I'm back now. And so far, so good. So far, so good. But we are going to do free readings again today. Even though this is a continued broadcast, we're going to go ahead and just do it anyway. Doing your nails, that's fun. All right. So let's see. Okay, Amy, that's great. Thank you for donating early. Vetus, hello. Amy says, has Jordan thought about me intimately at all lately? All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles and Swords. So I am kind of getting the feeling that he has tonight thought about you. I'm going to refresh my screen really quickly. Hello, Aniket, Vetus. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully everyone is having a good night. Vetus, I was actually thinking about you earlier today, because I am writing like thank you cards right now, and I was trying to figure out if I've got your address to send you a thank you card for your wedding gift that you gave to us, but I think I might have it. But anyways, I was just thinking about you earlier today, that's all. I typically just push my cuticles back. I don't like cutting them. I know that that's what they say to do, but I'm not a fan. Carlene, has MA thought about Carlene intimately? Oh, I have the sun. I have a yes for you, Carlene. Not only that, but maybe thinking about having a kid with you or making a baby with you. Oh, I keep forgetting there's a glare there. Sorry, guys. I have he's mentally And emotionally attached, yes. Did SG ever... Oh my god, you guys are asking spicy questions on a Monday. Alright, show me a yes or no for AK. Show me a yes or no for AK, please. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes for that one, AK. Let's see where I can shine this. Where it might not be. I'm just trying to add some light to the table, but not have a glare, so. You're welcome, Carlene. Hey, Kay. Yes, I came back. All right, let's see for Kay. What do we have for Kay? I am getting a yes for you, Kay. I am getting a yes. 8 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. All right, so we have 6 minutes left of the free list, and we will be moving on to donations. Right now, Amy is on the list for a channeled reading, and the donations are open. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. Hey, Haley, welcome in. Haley, I have the Ace of Swords for you. That is a yes. Oh, Venus, you're sweet. I hope things have been going well for you lately. You're welcome, Haley. Oh, thank you, Amy. Vetus, I got a yes for you. I got the 2 of Cups. And when I cut the deck, I got the 4 of Wands. So I'm getting a yes for you, Vetus. Amy, is your channeled reading going to be for Jacob? And we've got about 1 minute left of the free list. Also wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing a live stream tomorrow called 1111. It's pretty simple. You donate 1111 and you get a in-depth reading with oracle cards added into it. I typically don't mix oracle and tarot, not for any reason in particular. I just haven't offered that, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And if it seems to be a hit, then I'll probably be offering those more often. So make sure you tune in for that tomorrow for the 1111 live stream. Did I say Jacob? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I was thinking of Jordan, but I must have said Jacob. So that's interesting because I actually forgot that your ex's name was Jacob. I'm actually curious what that means for your ex when it comes to you, because I actually had a conscious thought a few minutes ago where I was like, what is Amy's ex's name? And I couldn't remember. All I could remember was Jordan. And then the fact that I accidentally said Jacob is weird to me because I didn't consciously remember his name until I said it unconsciously. So, very weird stuff. Hello, all. Thank you for joining us. We just finished up the free list, but if you're new here, meaning you haven't been here before, you never gotten a reading from me before, let me know and we will do a free reading for you. I answer free yes no's for new subs. We are working on donations right now. First that I have on the list is Amy. She donated for a channeled reading. So I'm working on that now. All right, so I'm working on Amy's reading right now. This is a channeled reading where I do automatic writing. So I'm here. You guys should be able to hear me. However, I probably won't be talking very much for about 10 minutes while I channel this message for her. Oh, Vetus, that's okay. I was actually having issues with my sound as well, so no worries. No worries. All right, Amy. Let me know if you're here. I want to make sure that you're ready to get your message. Okay. So he says, I know, I haven't been very talkative. I just have a lot on my mind and I'm trying to change the way I think. What you don't understand is I'm giving you all I have to give right now. I know you want more from me. I can sense that you're waiting for me to sort this out as soon as possible. Um, You don't pressure me, but I can feel it still. I don't want to let you down. Things will get easier for me, but I will still be quiet for a while. Please don't expect any huge changes right now. We are still connected, I promise, even though you aren't hearing from me. I just need you to trust me for now. I know that's not easy because your past makes it hard for you to trust. You're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I can sense that about you and I'm doing my best to assure you, but I need to also do what's best for me at the same time. There really isn't one single reason as to why I've been slow to respond. It's just how I feel is best to handle things at the moment. Don't worry, please. I know you do, but try not to. This is not anything you can help me with. Knowing that you are around and here for me is enough. Please understand, I am not saying goodbye. I am just trying to figure things out. You will continue to hear from me. And one of the things that kind of stood out to me here, this is now me, Luna, talking, is that he said, we are still connected, I promise, even though you're not hearing from me, because something made me feel like he worries that you like think he's pulling away. Like I hear him saying like, I'm worried she thinks I'm pulling away, I think, or I'm concerned that she's worried, that I'm not. We're still connected. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just not as talkative. I'm not as responsive. And there's not like an exact reason as to why. It's just I'm going with how I feel. I'm going with my intuition. I'm trying to figure out what is best for me in this moment. But I also don't want her to think I'm letting her go or I'm walking away from her, which is why I do communicate with her. But the thing is, Amy, is that your energy, even though even though you're saying to him, like, I'm here from you, or I'm here for you, maybe you tell him I'll give you your space, maybe you let him communicate with you. Um, it's like he still senses your energy. He's very intuitive. It's not something I realized before until recently, but he is able to sense like your energy on him. And so you may say to him, like, oh, it's cool, just message me whenever. But he can sense that you're thinking about him all the time and wondering when you're going to hear from him again. So he has like really good intuition about these things. And so your energy is not putting pressure on him in a sense that it's making him uncomfortable, but he is sensing that, like, that hovering energy, if that makes sense. So, and there's nothing to really do about that. You are who you are, and he is who he is, and he's just acknowledging that. He definitely has some things to talk about, and the 7 of Cups, um, is definitely saying that he has a lot on his mind to get off his chest. If you scroll back, you'll see that I have the 7 of Cups up here, and it's just stating that he has a lot on his mind that he needs to figure out how to sort, like how to organize it all. And sometimes I wonder too if he misses me despite all that's happening. Yeah, I mean, I would say that he does. I would say he cares for you. Um, and that in turn would mean that he misses spending time with you. The one thing that's like really coming through though is I don't know, Amy, if you ever dealt with mental illness before. The problem is that it doesn't really, I'm trying to think of a way to say this as like nicely as possible, but like matter of factly. If you are depressed or you have PTSD or you have any like number of mental issues, you are thinking about how much you love someone or how much you miss someone or how much you want to be around someone. You essentially are in this like dark hole, right? Of trying to find a way out, trying to find any reprieve, trying to find a way through that. And so it's like if he does miss you, it's not in the sense that you're wanting him to. You probably want him to want to be around you, want to be near you, want to hang out with you. And I think for him, it's just like he's looking at you and going, she's such a good person. And I did like spending time around her, but I think that he's just so in the thick of it. He's so in the deep end of this that it's like it's imagine you're in water and you don't have a buoy and you are possibly going to drown because you're in the middle of the ocean and eventually your body's going to give out on you. All you're focused on right there is not drowning. You're not focused on like, oh my God, how much I love someone or how much I miss someone. You're just worried about not drowning in that moment and not dying in that moment. And I think that's kind of what he's going through. It's like if you come across his mind, it's pleasant. It's pleasant and happy thoughts. But he's just right now so focused on not going under that he can't really focus his energy anywhere else. And like that's the best way I can explain it. So it's not in the way that I think you're wanting him to be missing you or thinking about you. And I think that's why when you think about when you ask those questions every once in a while and you sometimes you get a yes, sometimes you get a no, sometimes you get a maybe is because he's all over the place. Exactly. You got it. Exactly. It's so severe, he's not thinking about the things that you're thinking. Exactly. Yeah, I completely get it. I understand. And it's hard probably for you too because you want to be with someone who's willing and able, not just willing, but also able to put in the energy into you and invest in you and make you feel like you matter and make you feel like you're a priority and make you feel wanted. And there's nothing wrong with that. Um, it's a beautiful feeling to know that someone wants you and chooses you. And you know that you're their whole world. It's such a beautiful thing to experience. And you got to fight through a lot of unfortunate situations sometimes to get there. So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand that feeling of just wanting to be wanted. And not only that, but to be wanted by the person that you want, you know? So I get it. Unfortunately for him, I think he just has to deal with this stuff on his own. And, we just have to see how things play out. And I do appreciate that too, Amy, is that you've come into so much self awareness. I mean, just in the past, however long I've been doing readings from you, I see so much awareness. And I know that it's easy for you to fall into old habits because you are constantly on alert. Your body, your nervous system and your body response to certain things that have happened. Sometimes you get triggered, and I get it. But you have so much more awareness now. And I just see a lot of growth and a lot of change. And the fact that you said, like, you have stuff that you have to work on too, that's big. Yeah, Amy, because before you were like, oh, I'll just be friends with benefits. You were like, I think, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but you may have been settling with that mindset because I think that internally you may deep down wanted more like a connection than anything. Um, and a reciprocative type of connection, which you'd be open to leading you down the road to a relationship at some point. But you knew that you had a lot to work on. Yeah, of course. Of course. Exactly. And I knew it too. I knew that's what you wanted. But sometimes we have to come to these conclusions on our own too. It's more impactful when we can come to those understandings about ourselves on our own rather than someone just telling us. Because if we're not ready to hear it, then it's not going to matter to us and it's not going to impact us in the same way. Exactly. Exactly. Aw, that's so cute. Oh, well, just know I'm rooting for you guys. You never know the outcome. I think in life, we're not necessarily supposed to know everything, but if someone can make you feel that way, I, of course, am rooting for you guys. Did you guys ever talk about wanting a relationship with one another? Oh, okay. I was just curious. Yeah, I was just curious. Care about each other and take each other seriously. I mean, to get to the point where you admit that you care for one another and you verbalize that, though, that's still a pretty big deal. Because I think sometimes if we're trying to avoid that kind of discussion, then we tend to beat around the bush. But for someone to specifically say, like, yeah, I care about you and I'm taking this seriously, that's a pretty big deal. Because sometimes people can't even get that out of someone. Yeah, that makes sense. Has he given you any indication? Like, I know that he plans to continue to talk to you, but has he given you any indication at all, like, if and when you should hear from him in a more consistent way? Hey, butterflies. I am still taking donations. Yes. Okay, butterflies, that sounds great. So, yeah, you're probably right, Amy. He's probably just in a place where he's taking things day by day. Well, of course, it's hard to let a connection like this go. So, keep yourself open to this. I also feel like it's important that you just do your own thing and you're also open to other options as well. Butterflies, I got your donation. What can I do for you, butterflies? Thank you again, Luna. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Okay, Amy, just let me know. Make sure you give me a heads up because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on for. I'm just chilling right now. I'm not in any rush to leave at the moment. But if I notice any donations aren't coming through or anything, I might just sign off. So just give me a heads up if you do plan to, just so I don't sign off on you. All right, butterflies, in-depth love reading. Do you have a particular question in mind? Amy, not tonight. I usually do those on Fridays if I am streaming. So probably will do it this week on Friday if I work. Either that or I might run an advertisement for it. All right, wondering if Brian is your twin flame. I got you. I think it's hard because if you have a twin flame or someone you suspect is a twin flame, you can sever ties with them, and you can almost completely like block them out. It feels almost like you turn them on silent or you mute them. But even when someone's still on silent or muting, they can still call you. You know, you can't like officially block them. I do think there is a way to block them if you choose someone else over them. That is a way to completely block the connection. But if you're roaming around single and you have no other interest and you don't choose someone over them, you can't really block them. So you can kind of pull away. Hey Ray, how are you? You can kind of pull away from them. You can put them on silent. You can leave them on red. And again, this is just like a pun. You can mute them, but you can't really get away from them. They just keep coming back for some reason. Now, the reason that twin flames do that is because they're trying to kind of, I guess, highlight something in you that you have to work on. But just because someone keeps coming back around doesn't necessarily mean they're a twin flame. It can mean that they're a cycle or a pattern that needs to be broken. They're karmic. It could just mean that they're a part of your soul family and that they were significant to you in some way in another life. And now you're having a hard time trying to shed that old feeling of maybe being with them in another life. And in this life, you're supposed to be doing something different. So there's a lot of different reasons as to why you might still feel pulled or compelled towards someone. But let's see what the cards have to say. Ray, how are you doing tonight? Exactly. It's causing me to work on inner deep stuff and I'm working on myself, but it's exhausting. I got you. Sometimes that stuff, hey Amy, thank you. Sometimes like that stuff, like when someone triggers you in that kind of way, it can make you work on yourself for years. It could literally be years. So that's what's tough. And it's like when someone can get into your psyche like that, you're so confused. You're like, who are they? What are they? Why are they here? You want to know everything about them. But eventually you just have to trust that you're not supposed to know everything because one day it's all going to make a lot of sense. All right. Is Brian Butterfly's twin flame? Is Brian Butterfly's twin flame? All right, give me a second while I scan these cards here. Okay, so I am going to say no based on the cards that I have right now. A couple of reasons why. First thing, you have the Hierophant in reverse. So this means that you guys are not the same makeup, if that makes sense. You're not the same soul. So twin flames, as they say, is like it's you and you're divided in half. Your soul is divided in half, and your twin flame is the other half of your soul. So because the Hierophant usually talks about the people that are the same as us, the people that are like kin, like family, cut from the same cloth, very similar. The fact that the Hierophant is in reverse, it's making me feel like you guys are not the same essence. Um, Now, again, I always want people to know when it comes to twin flames, it's extremely rare. There's only one other soul in existence that could be your twin flame. Okay, so it's extremely rare. It's hard to find. It probably won't happen. The only reason why there might be some more likelihood you'll meet this person in this life is because our collective consciousness is rising. And as we become more awake, we become more aware. However, your twin flame could be in another dimension. Your twin flame could be in another planet. Your twin flame could be in another country. It's very unlikely. But the fact that this person is triggering you in this way is substantial. And I think that it's important for your soul's journey to try to understand what this person is doing to you and why, and try to understand, because you're like, I'm tired of working on deep stuff. I don't like to feel it. He makes me feel past childhood stuff. And I think that's important. I think that the more you can work on these things, the quicker you're going to get everything that you want in this life. This person could be triggering you because once you heal from these things, then the next thing you know, you meet the love of your life. So work through these things that are causing these triggers. It's exhausting, it's tiring. And when you think you're done, you're not. But I think that it's really important that you appreciate this person in your life for who they are and why they are there. Another reason why I'm not picking up twin flames because I don't have the twin flame signifying cards here. And lastly, is because I don't have every single chakra in this reading. You're specifically missing the crown chakra, the all knowing, claircognizant chakra, which essentially is what is connecting you to the divine, like your third eye. And considering that you guys do not have the crown chakra, it is making me feel a lot like that would be a missing chakra. That would be important piece here to connect the two of you together on a telepathic level. You do have the third eye chakra, so obviously your intuition is tapped in, and you are missing, I believe it was the heart chakra, which is also a twin flame chakra. So yeah, there's just like a couple things missing here that feels a little bit incomplete. The solar plexus is also missing. So we don't have a fulfilled full chakra thing happening here. Or alignment is what I should say. So there's a couple indicators of that. I do see that this person is bringing you to the edge of your lesson. So how they're kind of showing it to me is that this person's kind of pushing you over the edge to make that jump to get to the next chapter or the next place that you're supposed to be. So you're like this close to either healing this or breaking this pattern or cycle because of this person. You're extremely close and your resilience is being tested for sure. I think one of the things that's really important, a message that's coming in for you, is throughout this whole process of going in to your psyche and dealing with your triggers, dealing with your shadow self. That is really important, butterflies, that you ground yourself. Thank you, Ray. That you ground yourself, because when you start going into the mental body, it's important that you find a way back into your physical body. So, looking up grounding techniques is going to be important. And if you don't think you're doing grounding techniques, look up examples of them. You might be doing some without even realizing it, but if you're not at all, it's really important that you don't spend too much time in the ether. You don't spend too much time in your head. There could be a lot of static, and it's important that you find a way to ground yourself. But this person's triggering you to go in deep, go within. And I think also this person could serve as a distraction for you. So that way you don't fall for someone else too soon. Maybe this person is here to serve as a distraction so you can focus on what needs to be worked on and you don't have a new crush or new feelings for someone. Maybe this person's still here and their residual connection that you feel is serving as a way to stop you from jumping into something else or something new that could prevent you from finishing this lesson that needs to be done. And that could be why you continue to feel this connection. So I hope that makes sense. I do feel like there was a lot of divine guidance in that reading. I felt very in flow during your reading there. So I hope this is all coming through. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, perfect. Butterflies, I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. Will you end up with this person? I think that that's actually possible. Yes. It's actually one of the things that I'll leave these two cards out. It's one of the things that I was wondering to myself when I was pulling the cards because of the Ten of Pentacles here at the end of the reading. And also the Emperor here talks about stability. It's not set in stone, but this talks about foundations and stability, and this talks about someone being in your life for the long run. The reason why I don't think it's officially official as far as a decision that you will officially be together or you will end up with this person is because I do have independence here. So I do have where I do feel like this person, you've been connected to them in some way outside of our perceived understanding, meaning that maybe you have lived a past life with this person. Maybe they're a part of your soul family. Again, I'm just bringing up different examples, but maybe this time around in this life, maybe you decide that you want to be independent from them and you don't want to be with them, or they decide that about you because they want to experience something new and different that they haven't before. So is it possible? 100%. I'm leaning more towards a yes, that you will end up with this person. Although I do want to be clear, the independent card is here. Okay, butterflies, that sounds good. Next up, we have Amy. Amy, what are we doing for you? Hey, Amy, what is your question? Hey, Shar, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. Message cards from Jordan. Okay. After Amy, we have Ray. Ray, if you're in here, I am ready for you to post. Shar, if you have a yes or no question you'd like to ask as a new subscriber to me today, feel free to do that. Thank you, butterflies. You'll be after Ray. Message cards from Jordan, please. Message cards from Jordan to Amy, please. I am becoming a better person. Oh, I feel the sexual tension. Message cards from Jordan to Amy. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So I feel kind of like with this one is that maybe, I don't know, kind of getting the message like he felt like it was what needed to happen in the moment because it would better serve your connection later on. That if he didn't put a pause or a pin in things right now, that maybe you'd have less of a chance for your connection to survive. So I'm almost hearing like I wanted to be selfish and keep you around, but I knew in the long run it would not have helped our connection or benefited our connection in any way. So I feel like this was difficult for him. This was a difficult decision. I replay our conversations over and over. I miss seeing you. And at the bottom of the deck, he says, I feel so drawn to you. Exactly. Like maybe he feels like it's better for the connection now to work through things. Maybe he feels like it'll help your connection or your relationship later on or something like that. Yeah. Ray, are you in here? Is Ray here? All right, Shar says, is my current job stable? Yes, Amy, that's what I'm sensing. You're welcome, Amy. That message about him wanting to be selfish now, but knowing that it's not going to help things. So, like, he would rather things work out later on than try to force something now and possibly hurt the relationship. That was a big message. I don't think I've gotten that before for you guys. All right. Is the current job stable for Shar, please? The current job stable for Shar. Financially, I am getting a yes. Mentally, I'm getting a no. I feel, Shar, first of all, I am sorry that you are experiencing this. I 100% think that if you feel like you are being bullied or you are being harassed in any way or being made to feel comfortable, that's uncomfortable. That's not how a workplace should conduct themselves. And I do hope that you feel the ability to report the situation to someone or communicate this to HR, because it's just not okay. Financially, though, I am getting a yes that this is providing stability for you. Amy, thank you so much. So Ray is here. Ray, so it looks like you sent a donation, Ray, for 10 cards. Would you like them all to be message cards? Is that what you're looking for? You're welcome, Shar. All right, Ray, you got it. Is there anyone in particular you're looking for these messages from? All right, so we are doing message cards for Ray. She wants to see what love has to say. If anyone's going to step forward for Ray, please let us know. Message cards for Ray. Message cards for Ray. Okay, so the first card out says, I hide my feelings. This could speak to a heart chakra that needs to be cleared. Hiding feelings, not expressing feelings. This could also speak to a throat chakra that's not fully open, and needing to express how you're feeling or admit how you're feeling, vocally or even to yourself through your heart. So this is talking a little bit about that here. Message cards for love with Ray here, please. Okay, so someone is saying to you, I feel you even though we are apart. Someone is saying to you, we need to let each other go. Someone is saying to you, you are an inspiration. You inspire me. There's a card here that says, I left when I saw you with someone. And at the bottom of the deck, I cannot stop thinking about you, but it's time for me to heal now. So I feel like there's something here to do with love, either yourself or this other person maybe feels like a deep connection with you, but for whatever reason is like pulling away maybe. Would you like me to keep pulling cards for you, Ray, or would you like to move on to a mini reading? Absolutely. All right. So what is your question for the mini read? Butterflies, I have your question. Thank you. I also wanted to let you guys know, if you weren't here earlier, that tomorrow I will be back with a live stream that I've never done before. I'm calling it 1111, where you donate $11.11 and you get an in-depth reading with me, but I will be adding oracle cards to your reading. So you are getting like an in-depth plus oracle for a very good price, a very good value. Number one, I don't really add oracle into readings unless you specifically like order it that way. And then the other thing is that I typically don't do it together, like in one reading. So I was thinking to myself that there's no reason that I do that in particular. Ray, you can post your question. Oh, here, I got you. There's no reason in particular why I don't combine the two. I just don't have that as an option. So I was thinking to myself, well, they might want that as an option. So I will be doing the 11/11 stream tomorrow. Make sure that if you want to be a part of that, you catch me. And if it goes well and people seem to like it, it's probably something that I'll be offering more often. All right, Spirit, who is trying to let go of Ray? Who is trying to let go of her? A person came through. A person came through. They're trying to let go of her. Who is this? Someone's having a hard time letting her go. Who is this? Who's trying to let her go? All right, so I am just going to kind of give like as much information as I can to see if anything is coming through for you, Ray. I have, what do I have? I have Taurus, Sagittarius, Virgo, Aquarius, Gemini. I have someone who, how do I word this? Thinks with their dick. Like, this is someone who thinks primarily with their sexual desires. They're very passionate. We only have sacral and solar plexus chakras here. So this person doesn't really think too well with their head. They probably make very passionate, impulsive decisions that maybe not always think them through. I don't think this person has very good intuition. I think that they're very much in their ego side of things. So um, they think a lot more with their physical body. I feel like this person could be passionate in not just a physical and affectionate way, but they could have a lot of pursuits, like a lot of passions of their own, like hobbies or goals or dreams for themselves one day. They may not always execute it the best. They may not have a lot of self discipline, but I feel like they have this desire within them to make things happen for themselves. They are looking for independent wealth, independence, period. They could be very much like after what's going to make them the most money with the most little amount of work. I feel like this person could have been someone you lost trust in. We have the Seven of Swords, which can talk about someone lying to you, cheating, trickery, deceit, being dishonest. They could be dangerous or risky with their decisions as well. Um, Again, this person doesn't really think about how the things that they do affects other people. But again, this person I'm describing is someone who's having a hard time letting you go. I think this person could tell you that they have fear. Oh, no, they probably wouldn't say fear, but maybe like anxiety or worry. I think the way that you would know this is if they're on medication for it. So if you know someone who's on medication for the inability to focus, if someone's on anti-anxiety medication or depression medication or should be on it or is communicated that they need to be on it or are on it, this will probably help you narrow down a little bit more who this person is. I feel like there is some mental issues going on with this person, like mental health issues going on with this person. So they have not really dealt with that. Got you, got you. Yeah, for some reason I'm just hearing. Okay, so the other thing they're saying is like weed and alcohol. There could be substance abuse as well. Maybe not prescribed medication, maybe they have bad coping mechanisms. Or I should say unhealthy coping mechanisms. So they could lean a little bit heavily on substances. Oh no, they all do? Ray, I'm so sorry. That is very unfortunate. It's a very unfortunate hand to be dealt when every person you've interacted with thinks with their dick. Like, I'm sorry. I would hope more for you than that. But ugh. Eight of Wands can indicate that this person likes to travel, or has desires to travel, or maybe they get around. Maybe that's another expression, like they get around. Um, And I really think that this person is like, I just don't think that they know what they want. In all honesty, um, they they just don't know what they're looking for. Like, what I'm kind of getting is that this person thinks that they're supposed to be with some type of person that they don't actually want to be with. And then they're being told that they shouldn't be with this other type of person, but that's who they really want to be with. So they're getting a little bit confused because they're being told one thing and then their internal desires is something completely different. And so they're confusing themselves. I think that's good, Ray. um, I mean, I guess it's possible that it's multiple people. Like you have multiple wands, multiple swords, multiple swords. I was picking up one person in particular, but I suppose it's possible that in some way or another, it is all of your past people having a hard time letting you go. That's not completely inconceivable considering you're a catch and they would be regretting it. Um, I think that they're seeing you independent and moving forward and trying to stabilize yourself and kind of just stand on your own. And there could be some regret here from these people or this person. I was sensing one person personally, but I could be wrong. There's actually no water signs here, interestingly enough. So if any of the people that you're thinking of are water signs, you can eliminate them from this list. I feel like there's someone who is here that's like interested in art or interested in creating things. So, yeah, I would eliminate water signs if there are any. Um, and maybe kind of go back through this list and see if there's anything in particular that's standing out to you. I feel like this person or these people, they might have mommy issues too. That's another thing that's coming through. If someone has a bad relationship, that's come through twice for me. I'm just vocalizing it now. That if someone has like a weird issue with their parent, specifically their mom, this could be like a weird attachment or codependent relationship. There could be something there with that. Okay. So next up we have butterflies. Butterflies, if you're here, please check in with me really quickly. Oh, butterflies, I see you. I see you. Alrighty. Okay, so all right, butterflies, did you want your messages from Brian first or last? All right, so we're going to do those first. messages from Brian to butterflies. We have, I don't want to let you go. Ooh. I miss hearing your voice, and I know I messed everything up. I have trouble with intimacy. That's really personal. That's a big thing for someone to say, but also an issue for someone to have that can affect most areas of your life. My life is not together. No, my life is not as together as it seems, maybe seems from the outside. I want you back. And then we have one more card here that got flipped over. Let's see what it says. Okay, so I replay our conversations over and over. There's something here about like any interactions that you guys had, or if you sent messages back and forth, is something that they think about quite a bit. I do feel like at the bottom of the deck with you inspire me, I feel like that is this person saying like, you make me think about things on a deeper level. You make me want to try harder or be better or something along those lines. Yeah, interactions. Okay, so we have an in-depth 4. Wondering if my healing journey will be completed before this year is over. You're welcome, butterflies. I've been career driven, and this has covered childhood stuff that happened to me. Oh, this healing journey has caused me to be that little girl again. I need grounding. I want this to be over with. Okay, so let's see kind of where you're at here and what insight we can give as far as, will this be completed before this year? I've been writing a lot. When I put it down and try to walk away from healing, I no longer work and I'm forced to pick it back up. I see what you're saying. Okay. So, butterflies, I think writing is a great modality. It's a wonderful outlet for healing. You never know, you might have a book in you. Right, yes, you can donate again. Absolutely. You might have a great book in you. I actually had a feeling that's where you were going with that butterflies, as far as like when you were talking about your childhood. And I sympathize and empathize with that. Um, Speaking from my own experiences, so I stand with you in solidarity, and I am very sorry that happened to you. I think writing is a great, again, outlet and modality to kind of work through those things for yourself, and just being able to voice it out loud and say these things and come to terms with it, I think is a great step. As far as will this part of your journey be completed before it's over, before the year is over? So, what they showed me is that there's like levels of healing, and this particular level of healing, meaning like the things that you're experiencing right now, maybe going back down this path, trying to understand why and what and put it into perspective and trying to grasp and understand it, and try to heal it and try to heal your inner child and try to work on these things and find out how this one thing may have affected all these other areas of your life, and try to work through that and process that. I think this intensity of this specific area of your healing journey is coming to an end this year. I am getting a yes. However, they are showing that there's different levels and that you're basically graduating. So, for example, you've graduated elementary school healing, you've graduated middle school healing, you're now graduating high school healing, and then you're going to be moving into college healing, if that makes sense. Like you're close to graduating, but there's still more healing to be done. Every stage of life, you continue to heal. It's never really over. But the intensity and the things you bring with it into the next stage of your life make it a little bit easier and maybe not as intense. So, like when you're a kid, it's hard because you're trying to understand something in a way that you can't really understand. Your kid brain is underdeveloped and it's trying to handle things in a way that it knows how, but it quite doesn't understand. Middle school, you understand a little bit more, but not quite. High school, hormones are raging. Your what is it? Your frontal lobe isn't fully developed, so you're making decisions and experiencing things that feel very intense for you, which I think is what you're going through right now. Um, and then, in college, you take everything you learned so far and apply it there. And maybe it makes it easier for you. Maybe things aren't as intense, but it still can be kind of hard. And then once you graduate, then you have to apply those things to your life. And so, again, they're just kind of showing me this example. I'm the type of reader who reads by examples. That's the kind of reading I've always done. They always try to compare the explanation, and so that when I translate it, it's easier for us to understand on a human level. And so that's kind of what they're showing me is they're like, she is coming to an end of this particular part of her healing journey. She is about to graduate and move on into this next phase. But I don't want her, I hear them saying, like, I don't want her to think like she can just forget this happened. She can be fine and move on, because there are going to be moments where things come back and it's difficult. Ray, that sounds good. Okay. Absolutely. Let me see if I got that. Yep, I got it, Ray. So you'll be next, okay? So, in a roundabout way, yes, but also you still have more to work through, to process. But in a way, you can take it with like a positive stride that it's going to be easier, even though you can't erase what happened. It's like you're taking your understanding and your processing that you've recently done into it, and you have a lot more tools in your arsenal to handle it because you did this work now. Things could still come up that make you go, oh, okay, yeah, actually, I think I still need to work through this part. And the other times I might be like, that's great. This doesn't affect me in the way that I thought it was going to. So, yeah. But I think that whatever you need to do, or however you need to process this, the one thing to remember is you can't rush it. But I do feel you're nearing the end. Yes, I do. It's intense. I definitely see that. But here with the Fool, I do see you moving on to a more lighter, more airy, less heavy side of things, less baggage. So yeah, I mean, you have your experiences that you carry with you throughout your life, but I think that there is this weight. I think that starts to get lifted. And I'm not sure if that's from you sharing your story to other people or maybe just getting it off of your chest. But I think that once you can kind of compartmentalize what happened to you, why it happened, what this person or people who whatever however it happened, whatever this external thing that happened to you, if you can compartmentalize like what your feelings are, how you feel about them that did this, um how this has affected your life and your decision making process or your relationships with other people, maybe friends, family, um relationships, however, or how you've approached your own sexuality. Once you can start to kind of compartmentalize and understand, you can kind of take a step back and analyze it from like almost like a scientific explanation and remove and detach the emotion from it, so that way it's easier for you to handle things moving forward. You can say, okay, this is why I do this in this way. So now that I understand that, now maybe I can start to make better decisions, or I can start to make deeper connections, or I can stop feeling afraid in this circumstance, or whatever it is, that you're experiencing. Oh, really? What thought did you have? Oh, when I'm intimate as an adult, I now think I do that because of this. Yes, yes, yes. It's like interesting once you can start to kind of make sense of it, a very senseless thing. Um, it makes it, I think, easier to, I guess, like handle, because you're able to. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just feels like when you can analyze it from a perspective of like, oh, that happened to them, so they did it to me, or they're fucked up in their head and this had nothing to do with me, or I'm blameless, or whatever it is. Like when you can start to analyze it from like a very clinical perspective, I think it makes it a lot easier to understand how things affect you and how do you want this to have a hold on you anymore. It doesn't weigh on you as heavy. It doesn't feel like it's like suffocating you. It feels almost like you can break free from it a little bit. You can now link stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's causing me to stop certain things, and I think that's great. I'm really happy for you on that. I'm sorry you even had to deal with it in the first place, and you have to unlink everything now. But I'm happy for you in this, where you are in this journey. Thank you, butterflies. It's actually very interesting. I think that they said like 80% or 90% of our decision making is from our unconscious or subconscious mind. And I think that is wild because we don't realize how much our unconscious mind has a hold on the things that we do. We think it's all of our own decisions, and it's not. We think the way we process things, the reason we do things, 80 to 90% of that is decided from a part of our brain we don't even consciously access. So that is why doing shadow work and inner child healing and going to therapy or whatever is needed is it's so important, because you don't understand, like, imagine just like you have another personality that's just making all of your decisions for you. And until you can get into that and understand that, like, you're just being taken over and you don't know why. And it's, I don't know, it's just insightful. Exactly. You're welcome, butterflies. Thank you. Exactly. Take care, butterflies. All right. Ray Hello says, did T think I was messing around with apps? Yes or no question. Show me a yes or a no. Did T think Ray was messing around with apps? I am getting a yes. I have the 9 of Pentacles. This person was probably perceiving you as someone who was kind of just wanting to do their own thing, kind of thinking self-focused, I guess you could say. So T may have said, well, you know, she's free to do her own thing, or she can do her own thing, or maybe he's viewing you as like someone unattached, or like just wanting to enjoy the pleasures of life and I don't know. It's something here about the 9 of Pentacles is giving very like independent energy. Um, Kind of saying like she can do her own thing, or she's free to do her own thing, or you know, she just wants to enjoy the pleasures that she has access to, play the field, sow her wild oats, something along those lines. Like he was perceiving you as someone who just like was going to do their own thing and enjoy who they wanted to enjoy. And so as far as this question as a yes or no, it does feel like a yes to me. It feels like this person thought that maybe there could have been interest there and that you were open to exploring that with this person. Oh, he was playing the field. Interesting. Okay, so Ray, I think I have a mini reading for you as well. And after this, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. So we'll do a last call right now. Ooh, Ray, I love this question. All right, Ray says, have I broken the cycle of dealing with the same immature, unfaithful guys? I think my light is trying to go out. Has Ray broken the cycle of dealing with the same immature, unfaithful guys? All right, so we have yeses across the board, Ray. I definitely am getting a yes here. I feel like the main reason is because you stand your ground. You have finally put your foot down and said, you know what, fuck that. All these people are after me, all these people want me, but I'm not settling and I'm going to continue to have the upper hand. I think that there's been some type of light bulb moment, epiphany, whatever you want to call it, for you, where it's like you always knew what you wanted, but now you're actually like backing it up with action, and you know that there's something better for you out here. I have with the devil here, normally this talks about like attachments or feeling like you're chained to a certain type of person or a certain outcome with people. But I see here with the clarifying card, the 9 of Cups, meaning you are actually getting what you want from the situation. Things are reversing and balancing themselves out. I see here confidence and gentle influence over people. And I also see here with the sign just overall bursting with positivity, happiness, having a good time, enjoying yourself, feeling happy. Well, maybe I should say in the past, a lot of options that weren't the best, a lot of options that weren't ideal. I'm not sure. And I think the main thing is you just like walking away. I see here with the 8 of Cups, you're just deconstructing all of your wants, wishes, all of that. You're just rebuilding and saying, like, this isn't working. And I don't know if you heard me talking the other day about negotiating with the universe, that when you manifest, you can negotiate your terms. You can say, I want A, B, and C. And the universe will say, okay, well, I don't have A for you, but I can give you B and C. And you have the choice to say, okay, I'll settle for this. Or say, actually, no, I want A, B, and C. Try again. And then universe will come back and be like, okay, I have A and C, but I don't have B. And you're like, still not settling, try again. And then they're like, oh, here's A, B, and C for you. And you're like, thank you, this is what I wanted. So it's like you can negotiate, you can barter, with the universe. You can say, this is close, you're getting closer, good job, but go back and try again. And you can send this person back. And the reason why I say that is because you can negotiate your manifestations as long as you don't settle for what the universe is giving to you. Because the universe is here to sit here and go, I'll give you this. Do you want it or not? And when you settle for it, unfortunately, that's what happens. So here you are breaking cycles. Now you're in the negotiation phase of manifesting love into your life because you're saying, I'm not settled with immature. I'm not settling with unfaithful. Try again, universe, and send me what I'm actually looking for. And remember that just because something comes in that's close, if it's still not quite, tell that person that it's not working for you, that you're not a good match, you wish them well, and move on. And wait for the better option to come about because it will. You don't have to settle in your love life. You never should, and you don't have to. And yes, yeses across the board. Yes, 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 yes. You have broken the cycle. You are welcome, Ray. All right, guys, that is where I'm going to leave it. All of my lists are closed. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.